Welcome to RCRV and part 2 of our International Peru series. In this episode, we go deeper into the heart of Peru, in a city rich with culture. Follow along as we adventure into one of Peru's most iconic cities, a city steeped in both heritage and legend. Join us as we discover Cusco.
We are at it again. We've had a great time here in Arequipa, but we are in the airport and we are heading to Cusco. The only flight they had to Cusco was at 5 in the morning. We had to get up to be here. So it's gonna be an interesting morning.
Once we arrived in Cusco, we checked into our bed and breakfast. Now this place was off one of the main strips in the city of Cusco. The apartment was very nice with 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and also a kitchen and living room area.
Perfect.
Cusco is one of the highest cities in Peru, sitting at just over 11,000 feet in altitude, because of which they give you complimentary coca leaves to drink or stick under your tongue to help with altitude sickness.
Oh my god, it smells like...
It's mate de coca.
But not everybody gets altitude sickness, right? Maybe I don't.
But because they drink mate de coca. Don't smell it, just drink it.
It smells like spinach and...
No, it's because
spinach.
it looks like spinach, dry spinach, but it's not.
I hate spinach.
And while
It's not
some
spinach.
people are not affected by altitude sickness, if you don't know if you're susceptible, it's just better to drink the tea.
Oh, it smells stronger than it tastes.
While the coca tea did not taste that bad, Alfredo later discovered at the bar that they soaked the leaves in pisco to make a coca pisco sour alcoholic drink, which in my opinion is a much better way to drink it. After inoculating ourselves for altitude sickness, we decided to hit the streets of downtown Cusco in search of the famous 12-angled stone. This stone was once part of the Inca Palace. It now resides as part of a wall of the Archbishop of Cusco's palace. After being told that we weren't actually supposed to touch the stone, we decided to go explore the center part of downtown, known as the Plaza de Armas. This is where the main cathedral is located. Totally by chance, we happened to be visiting Cusco during the festival of Inti Raymi. This was a festival celebrating an Inca deity named Inti, who was the god of the sun. Fortunately for us, we were able to find a cafe above the main strip to sit and watch the festivities. The festival is a spectacular event, and we were excited to be able to experience it, with the parades and musical processions going well into the evening. The next day, we all got up and decided to explore some of Cusco's famous ruins.
Good morning. We got up early this morning because we secured a tour of some of the ruins here in Cusco. So we don't go to Machu Picchu for another couple days. So while we're here in Cusco, we figured we'd check out everything they have to offer. So we just left our hotel. We're here at the rest of the group's hotel waiting on them, and we got a bus that's gonna come pick us up this morning. And we're gonna check out some ruins. We're sitting here waiting for the crew to come out. And Sabrina is freaking out because there's these ladies with these little baby llamas all over the city, and Sabrina's llama crazy. She has to pet everyone. Thing is, if you want to pet them and take a picture, you have to pay a little bit of money. I don't know how much money she's spent so far petting llamas. It looks like she may be spending some more.
There's a baby one.
You okay?
No.
What are you drinking? It's
Cappuccino.
9:30 in the morning and he decides to try another
Chilcano.
Chilcano.
Pero es Chilcano de coca because it's for altitudes. It's medicine. For the
Whatever.
altitude sickness.
Whatever. We're getting ready to take a bus to visit the ruins. So we're trying to get the whole crew ready. Vamos, dos, tres.
We're on this tour of the ruins. The tour guide's doing a good job explaining to us about what's going on. I'm gonna try my best to explain. From my understanding, there was an Incan leader here on these ruins over this town. The adjacent town had another Inca leader. They came and attacked this, destroyed the ruins, destroyed the town. The city fled to another town where they grouped together and then re-attacked the original people who attacked this town and then rebuilt the city kind of in like a show that they could rebuild it. And Cusco is the shape of a puma. And these ruins are the head, and I think we're gonna get to see the actual body when we look down on the town.
The name of this ruin is Sacsayhuaman.
You can see behind me the stones that they originally set this up as kind of like a border for the battle. And where it's been destroyed, they've started the restoration, but you can see the different stones that they're putting in. Not quite the same as they did all this time ago, but at least it's nice that they're restoring it. So an awesome time here at the ruins. It was really cool to see how they build these structures with the stones so perfectly cut. The rounded stones, some are rounded on the outside, some are rounded towards the inside. And even when you see the restoration, they can't even reproduce what they did centuries ago. So really cool to see the ruins and learn about the history here in Cusco and all the battles. It really makes me excited to go see Machu Picchu, which is at the end of the week. I think we still got some more in this tour, so we're gonna go check out where they're gonna take us next.
Templo, no, este es el Sun Gate.
La Puerta del Sol.
La Puerta del Sol. Ese es por donde van los
All right, so real
Inca,
quickly,
¿no es cierto?
because
Entonces,
tour guide just left with the rest of the group, I'm going to explain the importance of this area right here. The slats in the rock they actually made. All these trees in the back are eucalyptus. They were planted and brought here. They're not native to this land. They would put the bamboo there. They would wait for the sun to come in the horizon in the summertime, and they would put holes in it, and they would line up the bamboo to let the sunlight come. They would wait for the next year, check the alignment to make sure, and then they would do the same thing in the wintertime so they could actually see the summer solstice and winter solstice. And then I believe he said in between the two in the line here, they would know when the equinox was. I think I got that right. It's very interesting, all that they knew. Even between the different monuments here and the sculptures, the degrees actually line up with like the degree of tilt that the earth has. I wish I could record, but he's speaking in Spanish, so I'm trying my best to remember because there's so much information, but it's pretty interesting. Behind me is a monument they say used to be in the shape of a puma, and we thought originally it just got destroyed from erosion and whatnot, but what they're telling us is the Spanish conquistadors came, and when they found the Incan religion, they were scared of it, they didn't like it, and so they tried to erase a lot of it, and so they actually destroyed this monument. So you can't really see the puma, but there's pictures of what they think it looked like. Very similar to like the Sphinx, but a puma. It's pretty cool. Now I gotta go catch up with the group because they went ahead. We're about to go into these tombs. Our guide just explained a little bit about the mummification that the Incas did. They said that they didn't mummify them like if you see mummies in Egypt. They believed in the afterlife. They believed that once you die, anything that happens to your body here would happen in the afterlife. So for example, when they put the mummies crossed like this, when the body gets stiff, they would actually cut the tendons in order to be able to bend the arms, but they didn't do that because they didn't want to cut a tendon because then you'd have a tendon cut in the afterlife. So what they did is there are these seeds that grow that have tanning oil in it that they would use for leathers and whatnot. They would mix that with salt, rub it on the body, and then they would put it in here to dry, and as it dried, the body would slowly fold up. And what they said is the temperature in here, it doesn't get very, very warm at all. I forget the number he said, but it's super cold. The GoPro is probably not gonna work in here because it's so dark, so we're gonna have to rely on Paolo to record the rest for us.
We're trying to continue with the tour, but we're too many, and the kids love the llamas, so they're trying to hold them, feed them, take pictures. This is like the 5th time that they took pictures with the llamas.
Can I go by?
Muévete, muévete.
Ay,
Yo también hice lo mismo. I did the same thing. Oh,
man.
Tami, sal de ahí.
Nice.
Sabrina va primero, sal de ahí.
I see what I do to get the best shot. Sacrifices of the cameraman.
and Randy too.
Oh, you're the two of you. What happened, guys?
We got
I'm gonna have to use my water.
your water or my water?
Our.
Our water. A mí también guárdame acá.
No more, that's it.
Oh, now it's even more wet though. Vamos a hacer un sacrifice there.
What happened if I roll down?
Then you would go.
You become my mommy. You become my mommy.
Okay, behind me, these fountains that you're not supposed to pass that Renzo is filling up his water bottles. The story is, the legend is that you can put 2 buckets like Renzo's doing right now, and they will fill up at the same time. They have the same velocity. And what they're saying is that even today, they don't know where the water comes from. They've taken scanners, they've taken radio waves and all types of measurements in the ground, and they cannot find the source of the water. Another cool fact is that this water continues to go underground and then comes out further down by the town, but is fed by this, and this is actually the water they use to make Cusqueña, the beers. So that's pretty interesting. The other thing was this flowering tree behind me. What was the name of it?
Cantuta.
No, Cantuquilia. Cantuquilia. Quilla. Creo que no, creo es Cantuquilia. Okay. Cantuquilla is what they're telling me. So the flower behind me is really the symbol, the flower symbol of Peru and of Cusco, Cantuquilla. It's a pretty beautiful bush, and it's really awesome that you have one blooming right here next to this fountain. This is the statue of San Alfredo de Cusco. Little known treasure, part of the tour. This is our second night here in Cusco, and it's getting crazier every night with these parades and the festivals and downtown. It's a lot of fun. We wanted to experience it one last time before we fly out tomorrow to another area of Cusco. Hold up, stop. Get out of here. Did you think that was the end of the video? This is our last night in Cusco. Since when does RCRV roll out of town without living it up?
You know how we do. We go crazy, yup, we lose it. Feel the bass, feel the bass, feel the bass hit. Ain't gonna stop, that's for sure. No, we won't quit. All my fellas in the club, all my ladies over there. Let me hear you scream and shine. Now let me see you wave your hands. Let me see 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 your hands.